What's up guys, welcome back. The weather's warming up outside and that means cookout season is on the way, and it's my job to make sure that you're prepared for it. Today I'm going to show you one of my absolute favorite side dishes. This is my recipe for seafood salad. We're going to do this with some lobster, some crab, some shrimp, a little elbow macaroni. You're going to love this recipe, but before we get into that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right guys, meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. First things first, let's take a look at these ingredients. For the seafood today, we're going with shrimp, crab, and lobster. Our veggies are comprised of celery, bell pepper, and onion. We got some mayo, some hot sauce, a little worst word in the world sauce, some sweet relish. All right, my friends, now it's time to go ahead and prep the seafood. We're gonna get started with the shrimp. So here we have some extra large shrimp, which is kind of overkill for this recipe. You can really use medium size, even small if you want to. We're gonna cut these into thirds. That way it's like, nice bite-sized pieces, about the same size as your elbow macaroni noodles. So we're gonna go ahead, prep the shrimp like this, and then season it up. Cook it in some butter, because butter makes everything better. Now for the seasoning, we're keeping it super simple, a little all-purpose seasoning and some lemon bay. You can substitute that with some Tony's Creole or use some Old Bay. Whatever you got laying around the house for your seafood is just fine. But if you haven't tried my stuff yet, then you grab it via the link in the description box below. Just get in there with your hands and just work all that seasoning in there. No need to go too crazy because we're gonna have plenty of flavor in the dressing. So just wanna make sure we have a nice even application of seasoning on the shrimp. And then we'll let it take a little butter bath.
And this episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of mealtime this spring by delivering pre-portioned ingredients and easy to prepare recipes right to your door. Skip the checkout lines and get outside in the warmer weather because HelloFresh has dinner covered. Good food is too precious to waste. HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients cut down on your food waste by at least 23% compared to grocery shopping, which is good for your wallet and for the planet. If you're looking for more ways to save this spring, HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout. One of my personal favorite things about HelloFresh is right there in the name. The ingredients are super fresh. With HelloFresh, you're getting seasonal ingredients picked at the peak of ripeness for quality you can taste. Ingredients travel from the farm to your home in less than 7 days, so you know they're super fresh. I'm obviously a huge fan and I think you guys will like it too, so go to HelloFresh.com and use the code MrMakeItHappen50 for 50% off plus your first box ships free. Again, that's HelloFresh.com and use the code MrMakeItHappen50 and get 50% off and get your first box to ship free.
All right, so in a skillet over medium heat, we're gonna melt about a tablespoon or two of butter. To that, we're gonna add in our shrimp, already seasoned. Just gonna get it in there with that butter. A little fresh lemon juice, because why the hell not? All right, so we're just looking to fully cook our shrimp here. We're gonna toss it around in that butter and seasoning. Once the shrimp hit 145 degrees internal temperature, they are fully cooked. You can also just wait till they all turn pink. Oh man, that looks good. So once the shrimp is fully cooked, we're going in with our lobster. The lobster is already pre-cooked when we get it from the store, so we're just gonna kind of warm it up, let that get a little bath in some of that butter and flavor as well. We'll add the crab meat last because that's already fully cooked as well. So there we go. All right guys, so the next step here is to go ahead and get started on our dressing. So we need a large mixing bowl. To that, we're gonna add about a half cup of mayonnaise, followed by a few dashes of worst word in the world sauce, and whatever your favorite hot sauce is. Maybe about a teaspoon or so of each. Quick reminder guys that all the specific measurements and ingredients for this recipe can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. Next up, we're going in with a 1/4 cup of sweet relish. Let's go ahead and get that in there. And as for the seasonings, we're going down with a little all-purpose and some lemon bay. Feel free to use Old Bay here or Tony's or whatever Cajun Creole seasoning you like will work nicely with this. But this is what we're going with today. I'm also gonna add in about a teaspoon or so of white sugar. Now we're gonna break out the whisk, mix to combine. Taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference as always. Don't want to overpower things too much. You want to be able to taste the seafood. We've got some great veggies to provide some crunch and some flavor as well. The celery, the peppers, the onion. You could add some fresh dill and things like that here if you want to as well. I'm going to brighten things up a touch with a little fresh lemon juice. I'm going to add a little bit of acid to the party. That's why that sugar's in there, to help balance the flavor profile. Let's give that a good mix. Next up, we're going in with the veggies. Celery, onion. I like to go with a little red and green bell pepper just for color contrast. Give that a good mix. You should be in good shape at this point. We'll go ahead and add in our macaroni noodles and start to add in the seafood right after that. Now for my keto folks, you can leave out the elbow macaroni and just make this salad without the noodles. But if you want to stretch it a little bit, I realize seafood is expensive. If you're feeding a crowd, adding a little pasta to the party helps you achieve that without really sacrificing anything on the flavor side of things. And really, if you want to stop right here, you got a nice macaroni salad. But come on now, guys, you got to add the seafood in there. First things first, about a ½ pound of overpriced crab meat. Prices are starting to regulate a little bit though. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. I'm sure I'll get an earful, but at least where I'm at here in Chesapeake, Virginia, to be fair, right by a bunch of crab and water, the crab prices are starting to regulate. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add in the lobster and the shrimp. Nice little seafood trio in here. Fold all that in. Then we're gonna taste and adjust. You're gonna have yourselves a fantastic seafood salad for your next cookout. You know, want to give this about an hour or two in the fridge to really hang out, let the flavors come together, let it get nice and cold. This is best served chilled. You want to keep it nice and cold, so when you serve it at the cookout, put it on ice, or just keep it in the fridge and let people serve themselves. Probably don't want to let them serve themselves since there's so much seafood in here, but hey, it's your house, your rules. All right, my friends, we're gonna go ahead and plate this up, a little extra seasoning on top, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. Brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is to get in here for a taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, now it's time for the moment of truth. And this is truly, I know I say this every episode, but I swear this is one of my favorite things in the world to eat. It's gonna be tough for me not to finish off this whole bowl. Cookout or gathering, I can't wait. What am I on this? I'm just rambling. What you think? Make sure that you're prepared. What did I say? My job to make sure that you're